Hey YouTube. Hey, it's been a long day today. We've been down here working in the basement. So this is the basement of the cabin. You can see it's already got all the basic tongue and groove boards are on the walls, but what we're working on is the ceiling. So in a basement, your traditional ceiling that people normally use is a suspended ceiling, so that you can still have access to your ductwork and your electrical and your plumbing. So we wanted to do something a little bit different. Now we are going to do a suspended ceiling in the bedrooms. So there's two bedrooms down here. There's a bedroom on this side over here, and then as we spin around, there is a bedroom just completely opposite of it over here. Now those two bedrooms will get a suspended ceiling. It'll be black instead of white. So I think that the suspended ceiling will have some type of probably sound deadening insulation quality to it. So I'm hoping it'll help make the room a little quieter. So that's why I'm using the suspended ceiling in the bedrooms. Now down here in the main part of the basement, we want to do something different. So we're going to use corrugated metal. So corrugated metal is like the old traditional roofing that you'd see on an old barn, basically, and it's just a galvanized metal roofing. So basically we want to treat it like a suspended ceiling, but it's not. So we just want to be able to screw some corrugated metal up here, and then if we still want to access, you know, our plumbing and electrical, all we got to do is take out a few screws, take a sheet out, and we'll still be able to access everything here in the basement. So basically this drop ceiling, we've ran boards. So we've got boards that go around the edge at the height of our ceiling's going to be, and then we've dropped down from the rafters, we've dropped down supports, and then we've ran little ceiling joists basically across to the other side so that we have something to screw all of our corrugated metal to. So in preparation of trying to get the, you know, everything ready to do the ceiling, one thing is the staircase opening, the rafter is like up here. Well, our ceiling's going to be down here, so we had to make like a little wall. So we framed up like a little wall and dropped that down around the staircase opening. Put us a little angle on here, up, and then you know, covered that all up with tongue and groove. Oh, and then let me walk around here. And then you look, this is the stairs going up. I don't have the final treads and risers on there yet, but so we had to drop this wall down here because the true floor joist height is somewhere up in here. So we had to bring this down so that this will basically flow over and to the ceiling height. So it'll be fairly close to the same height when we're done. Well, we now have the basement all complete. So you can see we got our corrugated metal ceiling installed. We also got all our trim done, and we've been doing some cleanup. So this corrugated metal ceiling, we wanted a more rustic look, something a little bit different, something that fits maybe a log cabin, log home a little bit better. So I think it turned out pretty good. It does brighten the room up pretty good. I get a lot of reflection off of it, so I think it helps kind of just brighten up the whole room. Now, come over here, you can see how the staircase ended up looking. You can see that the corrugated metal is just about 1.5 inches or so above the little wall that we put in to bring the floor down to the ceiling. Now down here in the basement, there is quite a bit of natural light with the walkout doors and the windows here in this room, so most of the time we don't even have to have these light fixtures on. Show you the bedrooms. So you can see this was the black ceiling that we ended up putting in. Just a regular black suspended ceiling. And we've got a couple can lights inserted in that. So that's one of our bedrooms down here in the basement. Over here is another bedroom, and they're basically identical. Same size rooms. Got a couple can lights in the ceiling tile in this room as well. One other room we ended up putting the metal ceiling in was our bathroom down here. So down here in the bathroom we have a full bathroom down here. So we have the corrugated metal ceiling here in this bathroom. Like I said, we are doing some cleaning up, so that's why the mop bucket's in here. But I think the ceiling in here turned out pretty good as well. So we're pretty happy with the way the ceiling turned out. It does have a couple little issues. One is that it doesn't really have any sound deadening ability, so sound passes through pretty good, so you can hear the upstairs pretty decent. And then the other is that it actually does rattle a little bit when you slam a door, you know, so that could be because I didn't put enough screws in it. Maybe I need to put more screws in it, but it does have just a little bit of that metal rattle to it when you slam doors. Other than that, I think we're pretty happy with the way it turned out overall. Overall, I think the corrugated metal was about $1 a square foot to put up. All the wood that we used for our joists that it attached to, that was all leftover lumber from the build. So the only thing we really had to purchase was the corrugated metal, the galvanized J-channel along the edges, and the screws. So it was kind of a cost savings. The suspended ceiling was closer to $2 a square foot for the tile plus the grid. So the grid, you know, and all that adds up. So I think it was about a third of the cost, is a third to half of the cost of doing a suspended ceiling. So there's a little bit of a cost savings by doing the corrugated metal. So we're just finishing up here on the house, trying to get everything cleaned up. You can see the basement floor's got little doggy tracks on it. We're trying to get this all cleaned up and get the floor all waxed and get everything ready to close. So we're just wrapping everything up here on the home build. So I got a lot of videos to try to pump out to show you how everything ended up. So thanks for watching. More videos to come.